today I have a disappointing products video for you guys. Now, I don't do these regularly on my channel. Let me know if you do like these kinds of videos, because I'll put them out, more often if so. I'm just going to put it out now. If one or all of these products are something that you like, that is a favorite for you, I'm not saying that they're not good for everybody, but they just did not work for me. So don't think I'm trying to take offense towards anybody, because I'm not. It just did not work for me personally. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. The one, honestly, that I think hurt me the most with this one was the Maybelline Dream Cushion. I like the product, kind of. The issue I have with this is that, there isn't really any coverage at all. And if you compare what's in an actual foundation bottle, like if I go, oops, I can get one out, comparing still a Maybelline, this is 1 fluid ounce. This only has 0.51 ounces. So you're getting half of what you would get in a regular container. Now, I did get the lightest shade. The one thing I've noticed with Maybelline now, you do have to go down a shade when it comes to foundation. Now, when you pop it open, you do have a little spongy, which I did not like. And then you pop it open, and then you got a sponge. Now, I've used this, it's okay. But I really was disappointed, especially for the price point. Price point was like $16 for this thing. And, I do use my own money. I don't use, I'm not sponsored. I don't have people sending me products. I spend my own money on this. So for me to be disappointed on a $16 foundation when I can get one that I absolutely love for 10 bucks, like that's definitely a deal breaker for me. But if you like a light coverage, then you might be okay with this. But this doesn't last me as long, obviously, as a regular size foundation. And I've had to flip the sponge over, because it seems like the top sponge will get dry once you either dab in a beauty blender or a brush, whatever you use. Seems like it gets dry. So to me, it's just, it's a mess, let me tell you. So definitely a disappointing product for me, especially how hyped up this was and how excited I was, and just to have it that much of a downer for me. Not my thing. Another foundation I did not like. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Total Cover. Okay, now I got this in the shade 301 Classic Ivory, because that's usually what I am in L'Oreal foundations. Now, this says that it is full coverage, weightless feel. Now, I do agree that it is a weightless feel, but it is not full coverage for me. Now, full coverage to a lot of people is you're covering up freckles, you're covering up scarring, you're covering up acne. I did not get that at all with this. I've used it with a beauty blender, which usually would kind of take some of the coverage out. I've tried a brush. I've tried my fingers. I've tried anything and everything I could think of to try with this. And no. Like, even on my chin, it would break up into pieces. You'd start seeing my redness. I mean, it's a mess. It would start creping underneath my eyes. I've tried so many concealers, like my all-time favorite, concealers, and it still would just crepe underneath. So for my concealer to fail, I know exactly it wasn't my concealer. It was the foundation. So, needless to say, I am not happy with this. I have some mascaras, and I did just talk about these probably a couple weeks ago. This one is the Lash Renegade. Now, like I said, the formula is not bad. I actually like the formula. I think what I'm honestly going to do is actually switch out the wand here and just use the the mascara formula itself. Because with this, I don't know if you can see, but the wand has this big gap right here. So you get so much product, and then you're trying to apply it, and you have to reapply so many times between trying to separate them and get them longer, and it's just a mess. I don't like it. And the bristles are really actually hard. Like, if you accidentally touch your eye with it, it's just like, ooh, okay, there goes a waterfall. So, yeah. No. I honestly think I'm going to change out one of the wands and just put it just one. Another Maybelline. And you know Maybelline's my holy grail drugstore makeup line. The Colossal Big Shot. This, I don't know what the flippy they were doing with this. I really don't. The actual wand, but I don't know what they were trying to do with this one. To be honest, the original Colossal is really, really good as well. No. I mean, it's okay. You try and use this on your lower lashes and it just goes everywhere. It is a wet formula like the Lash Sensational Luscious, but the Luscious I'm obsessed with. This one, not so much. This didn't, you know, volumize. It didn't do anything. So, needless to say, I will be sticking with the Luscious and not this one. Next thing I have is from Wet n Wild. This one is their new concealer they just came out with in their PhotoFocus line. It looks like this. And the one thing that is a downer for the new Wet n Wild stuff is that they have a pretty good selection of foundations. But their concealers, on the other hand, it's dreadful. Someone light as me cannot wear the concealer. This is the lightest shade. And this one is in Light Ivory. To me, this is not Light Ivory by any means. Revlon makes a nice one. That, to me, well, it looks lighter on camera, but it's really like a peachy shade. I don't know why it shows like that. But anyway, I don't like it. It does not look right underneath my eyes. It's just a no-go for me. I am disappointed in, and I figured out a way to undisappoint them. But I'm going to tell you why originally. Okay, so the first one I'm going to hit up is from e.l.f. This is their Illuminating Palette. Now, I told you guys before that I was going for the contouring palette, ended up with the Illuminating Palette. The issue I have with these, they have a nice selection, but if you're any darker than me, there's no way the shades in here would work for you. Like, they're extremely light, which I don't mind, but someone medium to deeper skin tones may like, you know, nicer shades. But, okay, so the issue I have with this is that there is only one shade in here that has some kind of illumination to them. And I was trying to do, I mean, some of them look like they have some shimmer or sheen. Now, once I put them on, there was none. I was so mad. But I'm going to swatch these all so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And all the others look completely matte when you put them on. You also see how light these are too. Okay, so those are all 4 shades. This top one has a little bit of sheen, but otherwise the rest of them are completely matte. There is no sheen, no shimmer, no nothing. And for an illuminating palette, I'm expecting some kind of sheen, something, and there just wasn't any. Okay, next one is the Total Face palette. Now, I got this idea to get this from Emily Noel 83. She does a lot of e.l.f. hauls. I didn't really care for this too much, though. So, these are the shades here. It looks stunning on camera. The blushes I'm okay with. I can sheer them out. They are quite pigmented, like pigmented, and they're really pretty. I do love the blushes. The shimmer, the highlight over here is really pretty as well. The issue I have is actually with the bronzer, and the bronzer's just okay. It's orangey for my skin tone. It's orangey. So I don't really like that kind of thing. I really like something that, you know, can give me a bronze look without looking too orangey. So, you know, you pay $6 each, and having that much of a downer with this one, what I actually plan on doing, the one thing e.l.f. did that was actually quite smart, is you can pop out these little pans and replace them and make your own. The only thing I really wish e.l.f. would do is just sell the refillable pans. And you can make your own, you know, palettes. Like, I just think that's a whole lot easier. So what I'm going to end up doing is taking this shade right here, and I'm going to be putting it in this palette to make it my own. So it's not going to be technically a downer, but when you're paying money just for one, just to get like one or two things out of it, it's not a thing for me. But I'll let you know how that all works out. I'm happy with those. But anyway, this is my disappointing products video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know if some of these are your favorites or if you don't like them as well. Let me know in the comments below.